Hey everyone. So we are back and kicking. So I have Alexi here with me. We're going to be talking about Concy and its benefits in terms of the hair cutting. What is it? A hair cutting intake? Is that what you would call it?
It's like a haircut guide, consultation. It gives you recommendations. Basically, gets the client prepared for what they should be asking for from the stylist.
Perfect. And so just quick and easy, saves time for you and just really thinking outside of the box. I mean, he's doing all of this obviously because he is a salon owner and working behind the chair to just save time and really just run your business effectively and efficiently with communication in terms of consultations and um, the interaction that you're having with the guests before they even get into the salon. So why don't you just tell them a little bit about who you are, just so they know what's up, who you are, and like how amazing you have been really introducing all of these things to make the salon run so much more so much smoother. So welcome.
Yeah, absolutely. Hey, Nina, thank you so much for having me on. Thank you for giving me a platform to always share my crazy ideas. And a little bit about myself is my name is Alexi Katz. I'm a salon owner in Philly. And I always have some new startup that I'm working on. So today we're here talking about Concy, which is basically an artificially intelligent chatbot for the salon industry. And it's there to help do appointment requests, do color consultations, haircut guides, and a lot more like retail and so on. So today we want to focus on the haircut recommendation that we just put together. And a lot of these little features I build in based on like what I need to have happen in a salon. So I like giving my clients some information before they get to the salon. So we really are focusing the appointment on what their needs are, as opposed to having like super long consultations and then taking away from their appointment time. And also getting as much information from our client before they come into the shop, so that the stylists themselves are ready for their appointment as well. So I've been a salon owner now for about 7 years and behind the chair for about 20 years. And it's been a long time. And yes, I would love to share some of the ideas with you today.
Perfect. Yeah, let's do it. So you do your thing, share your screen, show everybody, and I'm going to be learning too, right? I mean, obviously I have a chat bot too, but it's so different, in terms of my business as it is to the tools that you can utilize as a salon owner. So I'm excited to see all the good stuff.
Very cool. So this is the screen of what the salon sees, actually. And as a client would be interacting on the phone, there's a little button underneath this, which you guys cannot see, which the client will be able to see, which is a haircut guide. And the haircut RX, when they click on it, this is me clicking on the haircut RX, and it'll find out a little bit more about the client's hair. So first it'll ask them what kind of hair density they have. And as the client, they'll have a few buttons there. And the options are fine, medium, or thick. So let's go with Nina's hair, which I'm assuming is right about medium, right, Nina?
It sure is.
No. And then from there, it'll ask what the hair texture is. So Nina, what would you say your hair texture was? Straight, wavy, curly, or kinky?
I'd say it's kind of wavy. It's wavy and straight. Depends on the day.
All right. The next question the bot automatically asks you is, how much effort would you put into styling your hair? Would it be none, minimal, some, or a lot?
A lot.
All right.
When I do it once a week. When I wash it.
And then, sorry, this is loading slowly, but it's coming up. We hired an artist to actually draw out some face shapes so that a client can choose what face shape they have, and they can scroll through on the options that best correlates with their face. So, Nina, what would you say that your face shape is? Is it an oval? Is it a round, a square, an oblong, a pear, a heart, a diamond?
I think it's oval. I think that's
Oval.
the most popular
Okay.
shape too, don't you think?
Yes, it is. So underneath it, it'll tell you the descriptions of what an oval face shape is. So it'll be longer than wide, with a jaw that is narrower than the chin. So once you click on the choose button, which is right there, and I'm doing this all from my iPhone right now. So it'll tell you because you have an oval face shape that it looks good with about any hairstyle, and it'll give you some do's and don'ts. And then underneath it, and these are loading really slowly, so I apologize again, you'll have a couple of hair styling options of what haircuts that you can get.
So it's going to give them options to choose from. So let me just back up just a second, just so everybody understands. So when people, how do people interact with this bot? Like, are they just chatting through, you know, Messenger? Is this, would they find this on your website? Like, how would this work for a salon owner?
So for a salon owner, this will work in a variety of ways. The first way would be that it could be on their website. So if you go onto my salon's website, architectsalon.com, or even Nina's page, One N Agency, you'll see a little messenger button at the bottom, and I can load mine up right now. So that is my salon. And the spinning wheel of death. And you'll see this little messenger button pop up on the website. And from there, you will be able to, it already knows who you are because generally everybody's logged in on Facebook on their computer already. So it'll know what your name is. And from here, if you press the continue button, it'll go straight to the messenger. Another option is to go through Instagram. And if you would go through Instagram, it would be on your profile bio link that would link straight to the bot as well.
Got it.
So let's leave that alone to load. So here it'll give you a few haircut suggestions based on an oval face shape that you could get. So it'll give your clients some ideas of what they should ask for. And I'm going to scroll up a little bit on my phone and choose a different face shape that is a little bit more difficult. So let's do a pear face shape. And if you would choose a pear face shape, it'll give your client some suggestions also of what not to do. So it'll tell them to accentuate the pear shape with narrowness of the templates and width of the jawline. So that's something that we don't want to do. But what we do want to do is add width to the forehead and let long hair cover the jawline to conceal its width. And it'll give you some suggestions also and images of what haircuts they should be getting. So it'll tell you that you can do a side part to conceal a pear shape and so on. So this is really helpful for a client to know what would fit them and what wouldn't fit them. And you just have to be careful that your stylists also know what to do and what not to do so they don't contradict the recommendations that are being given. And these are really general recommendations that you'll find in most cosmetology books or most face shape haircut guides online as well. So this isn't anything of reinventing the wheel. It's just making it super accessible for your clients to see it. And this is just something fun for them to do when they're browsing through your site or through Instagram to take a haircut recommendation guide that will give them some ideas. Now, all of these pictures you can also replace with your salon branded images, that if you have a library of images that you use for consultations. So this is basically there to incentivize your clients to interact with your salon and to book more appointments frequently. And underneath the recommendation is also a request an appointment button. So once that's clicked, it'll start going through our appointment request flow, asking them what they want to get done, when they want to come in for it, and gathering all that information, sending it in a nice email to the salon, and also appearing in Messenger here so that your front desk could take care of it and put it into your booking system whenever they're there next.
Okay, very, very good. So everything is done. So once they hit request appointment, it's going to say, when do you want to come in? Who do you want to see, right? It just basically does all of that information and asks all those questions, right?
Yeah, so I just click the request the appointment button, and here it'll ask you if you're an existing client or not. We'll say yes. If no, then it'll ask you for your basic information like your phone number and email address. Here it'll ask you any particular stylist you want to see. If you have somebody there that you see on a regular basis, you would click choose stylist. And then from here, it'll show our stylists from the salon here that they could scroll through and see. So they usually, let's say, see Nick. So they would be able to book Nick from here. They can also go to their Instagram directly from there. Once they choose their stylist. They can choose whether they want to get, which service they want to get done. So in this case, it's a haircut. If would they like any other services, color, or anything else, you would say no. Then it'll ask them when they want to come in. And let's say I need a haircut tomorrow. At what time? We need to come in at 4 p.m. Then it'll ask another time, and let's say tomorrow at noon. So all of this will then be emailed directly to the salon. It'll also be in Facebook Messenger here. This window that you guys are looking at is what my desk sees. And then they can just go from here and put it into the booking system. And that's it. And then reconfirm the appointment directly from this window. So Alexi, we scheduled you at noon tomorrow. And with this, there's no need to talk on the phone. You're saving time by dealing with the clients that are in the salon and focusing on customer service as opposed to picking up the phone every time it rings. And clients really love this because they can interact with the bot when they're in the office, in their meetings, whether it's late at night and the salon is closed and they don't want to call in. This works with online booking as well. If you do have online booking, we would just create an online booking button right underneath when they're requesting the appointment, so they could just schedule it directly from the bot as well. So,
okay.
And once you're done scheduling the appointment, you would just move it into the done folder on your end.
Okay, so if they have integrated with their online booking, like if you have an online booking on this actual platform, does it then take them to the online booking platform to dump them in there?
Yeah, so you would click, once they're scheduling the appointment, there would be an online booking button. And once they click that, it would just open like a web view, like a browser would open up in here with their available times. Yeah.
Okay, perfect. Awesome. This is so incredibly helpful, especially when it's a busy day or especially when the salon is closed and people want to book that appointment. And of course, your receptionists are not there at midnight. And I mean, everything can just be done. Questions are answered, directions, everything really can be done right through this bot. So it's very, very well done and such a time saver for sure.
It is, and we get a lot of appointment requests late at night. Generally, it's between 9 and 11 p.m. when clients are on their couch watching TV and they remember they need a haircut, and they'll just go during a commercial or they'll pause their show and they'll request an appointment that way. And a lot of our requests come in late in the evening. And as soon as our receptionist comes in the morning, she'll wind up responding to all of the requests. And it's nice and easy. It basically saves our desk a lot of time, and the client gets instant interaction. And all the information is there. They'll already request what kind of appointment they want, what time they want. So it's just a matter of moving it into your booking system, and it's possible to integrate it with your scheduling software as well, depending on what you're using.
Got it. Very, very good.
And I just went back to our menu. So we have a book an appointment, we have a color consultation, and then there's also shop hair care products. So we can embed your store if you sell retail online, or if you work with a distributor that drop ships for you, we can put all of that in there directly as well.
Very nice. Yeah, definitely a major plus with the shopping hair care. I mean, that's huge itself. So that's amazing. I love this. This is great. Perfect.
Yeah.
So I know that there are so many other features. We kind of wanted to break this down, just give you guys a little taste of what is happening in Concy and the benefits to its consultation and the Haircut RX. So it's more visual, you know, we are visual people, but also when you're trying to explain something to a client, you know, what is your face shape or what is your, you know, it's good for them to understand what works for them and what doesn't work for them before they even show up. So that's why, I mean, the pictures are key in this whole thing. I love that.
And all of these features with the color consultation is practical, but with the haircut guide, even though it is practical, it's more meant for marketing. It's more meant for getting client engagement from your social media, from your Facebook, from your website, from your Insta, to interact with your salon as opposed to the salon down the street necessarily. And to really be able to get them to interact, so then you can close the deal and have them become clients of your salon as well. It's a fun tool for your staff to use when the client is in the chair as well. To give them some ideas of what haircuts your client can have. And this is really to just, set you apart. And what we're finding is with most people now that are below 30, 35, they don't want to make a phone call. They want to interact on their phone digitally with the business. It's easier for them to start a conversation and then finish it later throughout their busy day than it is to actually pick up a phone and call and make sure that they get through, not be put on hold, et cetera, et cetera. And I mean, that's why, like, for instance, Uber became such a big deal. It's not really that it's changing the industry in a way where it's a cab service, because cabs existed for a long time, but it's saving you time. And because Uber saves you time, we use it. It becomes efficient, it becomes convenient. And that's kind of solutions that I'm trying to come up with as well to save our clients time so they interact with us more so than somebody that is still doing things in the old school way.
Great. Yeah, no, makes sense. And convenience is key. I mean, we know this, especially for me. Like, I just know moving to a new city, if I can't interact with somebody right away, I'm on to the next. Like, it's just kind of the way that we've become this. This is what we're into now. This is our environment. Everything is social media driven. Everything is instant gratification. And so I love it. I think it's awesome. And I think it's so smart because we all have been in that situation where someone comes in and they have all this hair, and now you're like, you want to do what? Especially when it comes to the hair color consultation. That is huge because you're booked for a certain amount of time, and then you book with someone and you don't get to see them, and they have hair all the way down to their back and it's 30 pounds thick. You're like, am I going to be able to get this done? So this is kind of a tool that can really help with that kind of stuff too.
Absolutely. I mean, and we were just talking about this before we started recording, how on Instagram, you're seeing a lot of stylists posting their prices now and showing how a lot of these looks take several sessions to get to. So if you have a client consultation or intake happen digitally, you'll be able to communicate with that client and let them know that the look they're going for is not achievable in one session. And you can, let them know the steps that it's going to take to get there. You can let them know the pricing upfront. And you wouldn't have to burden the stylist with doing this all in a 5 to 10 minute consultation before their appointment time after that client has traveled for an hour to get there on a busy day that they took off. And now the stylist is stuck with giving them that service and feeling bad and undercharging. So this will set it up so that you can really give your client the best service, but also for the price that is necessary for you to sustain your business and stay profitable.
Absolutely. Yeah. Set it up for success. I mean, think of the thing, like, we did not have this stuff before. Obviously, we didn't have social media either. So this is a platform that is kind of obviously working so well with social media. But think of the days, like, I remember when I would go to the pool for the day with my sister, I'd have to go to the payphone to call my dad and hope that he was home to come pick me up. Like, there was no cell phones. Even at that time, there were no pagers. Like, we just didn't have that. But we're going back 20, 30 years, and now everything has evolved and changed. And as an owner of a business, even if you're a suite owner or renter, like, you have to change with the times, and you have to be current, and you have to be on point with this stuff, because your clients are onto it and they want the convenience and they want to be able to click a button and have it be done at midnight when they're eating bonbons on the couch. Like, they want this stuff to be tangible and in their face so they can, make it happen. So yeah, I love it. I think it's awesome. So thank you as always.
Yeah. On the flip side to that whole thing is, you want to be able to be accessible, but you don't want to have to be a slave to your DM also. You want to make sure that when your client is DMing you at 11 p.m., that you're not the one answering, and that your staff doesn't necessarily have to answer. So by automatizing all of this, they get that interaction right away, they get that response right away, but you don't have to worry about being the one that's responding. You can leave that all until the morning, until you go back into the shop and take over that conversation, because the bot already took care of taking a lot of that intake.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you don't have the guilt of being up all night. And I was just talking to a stylist the other day that was like messaging people at 2 o'clock in the morning. I'm like, why? Just wait till you have to sleep. Like, wait till you wake up. They're not going to go anywhere. They know that they're going to get a message from you in the morning. So it will alleviate a lot of that stress too, which I think is true, for stylists and owners. I know I felt it. We worked around the clock where we were always messaging people through DMs and Facebook Messenger. And that's just kind of how we were. But I did that. That's how I functioned. So of course my team did. So I think this is just a great concept for people to kind of set some boundaries within their business.
Absolutely.
Perfect. Anything else you want to add before we head on out of here?
Uh, no. I mean, I'd love you guys to test out the features. We have the free trial on the bot, and if anybody's interested, just follow up with me through the website. It's Concy, CONCY.ai, or with Nina, and she'll send you over to me, and we'll help you with your business. Thank you.
Yes, get it started. Well, thank you so much for all of your great information, and thank you guys for joining us, and we will see you soon.
Thanks.
Thank you.